Have you ever been out performing royal executions on those that have ever slightly wronged you, only to think, damn, I work really hard. I sure could use a little break. Well, my esteemed individual, look no further. Introducing the perfect spot to unwind, the Royal Masquerade. Enjoy our talented live musicians. Wow! Engage in riveting conversation.
Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet.
Cool. Concerns about having your drink spiked or your food poisoned by the competition? No worries! Our extensive selection is closely guarded by this nation's finest.
A valid costume is required to enter. All political affiliations must be left at the door. We retain the right to remove any unwanted guests at our discretion. Reasons for ejection include, but not limited to, insufficient wealth, speaking ill of the Queen, chewing of your mouth open, causing a commotion, instigating physical combat, being a victim of physical combat, discussing another's identity, performing blood rituals in the latrine, and hitting the grinning.
So leave your cares at the door and come on in. We'll be seeing you real soon. I had come to a decision in regards to my methods. Constantly running around using the stick while eating all the carrots ourselves was bad for public image. Our pawn Fred here insisted on going to see Daphne.
If you would be so kind as to follow, shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit? So kind as to follow one.
A lot. She's a gremlin child that we've helped in the past, and I've been told that helping these things is a good look. So we double check to see where she is and make our way. My poor attention span, for better or worse, immediately leads us in the opposite direction, where we're bossed around by a soon-to-be executed guard.
Your arms look free.
Oh no.
You can handle that list in my stead.
I have the weight of a nation in my arms. I don't have time for this.
And make haste.
Though we're currently working on those carrots, so for now we'll let him live. We mount and goat our way up a cliff to see how far we can get, only to find that a magical barrier has been erected in our path by a pesky mage, so we safely climb back down. Oh, it doesn't like this. It doesn't like this. Oh no. Our deaths to the sinister forces of gravity are only surpassed by our deaths to a certain traumatic event from the early days, though give me a couple of days to work on that and I'll get back to you. As Fred has been waiting so very patiently, we allow them to guide us to our previously mentioned public image improver. Wait, where are we going? Fred tried to push for the scenic route, but our public image waits for no pawn, so we turn around.
Shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit?
Before we can reach our destination, we are stopped by the proprietor of the ox car business. TLDR, he wants us to protect the car on its journey to Melve and deliver a letter.
And I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts.
Makes sense. These do be dangerous roads after all.
Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see?
Wait, why did you need me again? Despite already having an armed guard detail, it seems that handing a piece of paper to someone is beyond their pay grade. Honestly, this caught me rather off guard. Oh, but don't worry. In his infinite kindness, he's willing to
Pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all.
not charge us for working for him. Reaching the slums where Daphne lives, we make a useful discovery. The Gracious Hand. Turns out that the Gracious Hand is actually a place, and not the man's title. I get the feeling that this should have been obvious. Maybe I should give up on being an arisen and become a court jester instead, as I'm clearly qualified. Beg your pardon? Didn't know it was one of those establishments. Unfortunately, they aren't currently accepting new customers, so I try my hand at lockpicking the door. Our lockpicks are clearly defective, so we get back to looking for Kendrick. You look like a Kendrick.
Well met, sir.
You are Kendrick.
Might I trouble you for alms for the poor?
Seeing an opportunity to earn some positive karma, we help the fella out, as well as giving him a little advice to take his request for aid to an area where people actually have food and money to donate. He then asks for our help with a lost gremlin.
You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing.
Wait, don't tell me it's Daphne.
Malcolm, his name is.
Oh, thank God. We start asking around, bumping into Daphne again.
Hoi, Arisen.
Oi.
Say, have you heard about the state of the river?
Turns out that she needs gold ore this time to purify the river so they can make holy water. Being a true man of the people, we decide to lend our aid. Alright, Daphne, let's go get your gold ore, shall we? Back to looking for the missing Malcolm, and I swear these dubious little creatures are everywhere. We receive our first clue from Rick Gremlin.
All he's doing of late is picking through rubble.
Fred receives a spark of inspiration, guiding us somewhere helpful.
I should like to put my knowledge to good use.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Cheers, Fred. Remembering our first clue, I notice a tower that stands out. Oh, well, this tower's kind of broken and rubbly. Wait, under there? Deciding that the tower is probably not ready for us yet, we continue searching. Another gremlin, another clue. Mittens over here is aware of our questioning and suggests that we go to the local jail.
Pay a visit to the jail.
next?
So of course we end up at the morgue instead, bumping into an old friend. Is this gonna be...
Yeah, boy.
Nice. Realizing our mistake, we actually head to the jail this time, having no idea why we were directed here, but not wanting to face the embarrassment of walking in and out again empty-handed, I find this friendly fellow
Watch yourself. I'm not.
and let him out. Honestly, he seemed just as confused as I did.
Thanks, I suppose.
Yet more Fred directions.
Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination.
What did I expect? We then find the final gremlin with the final clue.
I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the tower.
Come. I fear there's not a moment to lose.
Do you have any explosives?
I believe this is the place to which the children were referring.
Did you do that, old man? Are you a wizard, perchance? A sorcerer, maybe? Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Making our way through the crypt, there's nothing much to see here other than bones and a bunch of rat friends. There's so many of you guys. Hey, how's it going? Indie Mouse would be having a field day with you guys.
Nice try,
Whoa. That barrel had a silencer on it. Eventually, we find the missing Malcolm, chilling with some Beyblading rats.
Now I can breathe freely at last.
Now about those books.
Sir Kennedy, you'll never believe what I found. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books.
Well, well, well. What a coincidence indeed. Battling past the crypt's final boss, we reach the underground archive.
And I found it. Me.
As your rightful ruler, this now belongs to me. Scram.
We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value.
There's a guy up in the prison. You know, he's a criminal. Well, I'm gonna go tell him. And then, guards. Hey, 1 second. I'm just going in here. Hope you don't mind. Excuse me. Excuse me. I need to talk to this man. I need to talk to this man. Unfortunately for us, our visiting Uncle Magistrate excuse was a no-go. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oopsie whoopsie. Luckily for us though, the guards lack object permanence, so we stroll right back in after the cautionary 5 seconds. Oh, my friend, I'm so sorry. Hi.
Well.
I'm back again.
Oh.
Hey guys, I'm just taking him for a walk, okay? See you later. The guards aren't very good at their jobs, we don't have to worry about them. After our well-spoken magistrate friend has caught up, he is appreciative.
I swear to someday repay this debt.
And invites us to visit him down in the crypt archive every once in a while, as he may come across some useful fun facts that he'd like to share with us. Michael Magistrate then heads off in the direction of the archive, where I'm sure he'll manage to traverse the broken stairs and crypt just fine. If not, well then his location is at least convenient. Making some solid quest progress, we take a little cart trip back to Melve, but we're a little weepy, so we doze off. Nap time gets interrupted by some goblins and their pet dogs. Don't be like these guys. If your pet dog is prone to killing and eating people, then make sure you at least say sorry. As the rightful king, this combat is beneath me. The cart driver seems even less concerned than we are, or maybe he's just had enough and needs a hug.
Why are we still here?
Steve, on the other hand, is having an absolute blast. Arriving in Melve, we typically have been met with the town under siege by a dragon. Though, due to my previous pursuit of justice, this had already happened. The growths on his body served as weak spots, which were just asking to have some explosives jammed into them. Ultimately, the dragon was intimidated by our royal presence and flew away. Perhaps they could have shot it down with the ballista used on George, though due to a certain mishap involving some explosives, this was no longer possible. One letter handed in, and honestly it's a good thing we were here to do it. Can't even begin to imagine how it would have got here otherwise. Using the Stardew Valley friendship window, we also have it under good authority that our wanted fugitive Stanley is here. Wait! However, we are trialing that softer approach. Didn't even want to execute him anyway. This is where Stanley was. Where's Stanley?
Where's Stanley?
Stepping inside, we're met with the Phantom of Ulrika. That is to say that in our infinite grace, we allowed her a second chance. She didn't seem too fazed about the whole thing, even going as far as to thank me.
I haven't the words to thank you.
So I suppose I will turn the other cheek for now. Essentially, Martin thinks Ulrika is incompetent at her job and wants to talk to her manager. Bad luck for her because she's the manager. Ulrika attempts to clap back with facts and logic, claiming that a northern stronghold has taken a lot of their soldiers while ignoring Ulrika's requests for aid despite having an an agreement. Martin whips out his Uno reverse card, stating that Queen Disa has said nothing about this. Of course, the only logical next step is to entirely skip the complaints department, going straight for treason. Things are looking grim for Ulrika. Despite this, she offers a place for us to stay the night.
How would you like to stay the night?
Perhaps attempting to win over her future king. A bed is a bed, but little does she know that my heart already belongs to Steve.
Where is Ulrika?
You're still here?
The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended as a traitor to the kingdom.
Absolutely insane. This man's pursuit of speedy justice dwarfs ours. It would seem that Martin has the VIP Ultra Deluxe Sox Car Super Pass, meaning that he gets to ride in the special card. A nice attempt, but
Ulrika is gone.
yeah, I can't imagine why.
I cannot say why.
Being branded a traitor by an important official and then fleeing in the dead of night? An absolute mystery. That's a wacky Ulrika for you.
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone?
Yes.
Very well.
So Leonard here shares some info on Ulrika. Ulrika has set out to chase down those pesky dragons, and being executed would likely make that a tad more difficult. That said, I was actually a little distracted during our conversation. You see, my regal eyes had come to rest on our fancy lad Martin. I am well versed in political affairs, being somewhat of an expert in the field. Hoping to resolve the situation, I rush after him to have a little chat.
I've no time for pointless chat.
I inform Sir Leonard that Mr. Martin has had an unfortunate accident with some knives and a river. Though I'm absolutely certain that no negative repercussions will come of this. An important official walks into a village, declares the village's leader a traitor, plans to arrest her, which likely comes as a buy one get one free deal with an execution, all on the orders of Queen Disa's approval, only to be brutally stabbed, trip and fall onto some knives and into the river 5 minutes later. Making our way back to the ox car, our certainty on the matter comes into question, however. Wait a second. Who got you out of the river? I guess those two citizens must have fished him up. This could be problematic, and it only gets worse. The river spirits. Yes, is the only logical conclusion. They're working against us.
They oppose our role.
They're trying to sabotage us. We can't let them win. We won't.
We
have to dispose of the evidence. Wolves, goblins, they'll eat him, right? Okay, this is fine. With Rightful King, we can solve this. We can solve anything. Yes, when we have our throne proper, the rivers will be the first to die. Back at our wonderful city, we inform Mr. Oxcart of our success, where he acknowledges our bold efforts. Next is back to the pub to get some rounds in with the commoners. I truly am a man of the people. After our quality time with the riffraff, we check in with Brand, where we discuss 3 main points. We tell Brand about the situation in Melve, leaving out the part where Martin died of a freak accident. We inform him that Uncle Waldor has been released on good behaviour and is setting up shop as an underground crypt library archivist, assuming that he made the trip down okay. We begrudgingly return the jail key, though I don't see what the harm would be in letting us keep it.
Thanks, I suppose.
Our insider gremlin Sven brings word of an individual named Allard having received a suspicious-looking package. Insider gremlin plans to invite Allard to his chambers to play Fortnite, which we'll use as an opportunity to do a little sleuthing. Brand suspects connections with this man and Queen gonna make her disappear, and I'm always up for a little breaking and entering, so that's our first goal.
I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn.
But we don't know what the time is. Where's my sundial wristwatch? I guess you just go to the inn and sleep until nightfall, and I'm assuming nightfall be...
friend, have you a spare moment?
Interrupting the king's musings is a dangerous game, but we'll see what she has to say.
I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there neither.
Mildred here would like us to stay at her home for free, without any obligations on our part whatsoever.
My home, a waypoint on your travels.
I apparently don't socialize enough, Mum, you're right, I'm sorry, because this was all very strange to me. Regardless, a free home is a free home, so maybe I should just chill with the trust issues and take the deal.
Many thanks, friend.
Okay. Bye. It's so goofy. I've truly come to love the quirky interactions in this game. I genuinely hope they never change it. Either way, a free home, even temporary, is pretty fucking great going by today's housing market. We attempt to set off to the palace for a second time.
Oh, sir. If you please.
Oh, are you going to give me a house too?
Might I beg a moment of your time?
Do we have to? Being a kind-hearted and noble leader who cares for his people, I agree.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Fortunately for us, she asks that we speak with her at her home in the noble quarter, so thankfully it can wait until after our little visit to the palace.
Slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
We have infinite stamina here, Drew.
To keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Guys, infinite stamina. We arrive at the palace where we are slapped across the face by an extreme case of deja vu.
You are the Arisen, yes?
Follow me. Maybe her memory's just really bad and she's forgotten what I look. Oh my god, I get it. One of the requirements to become a guard is amnesia. You're gonna take me to the same... It's the same door again! Well, at least the guards' memories are consistent. Back inside our rightful future home, we professionally sneak past the guards in the main hall. Feeling embarrassed for both us and themselves for having just witnessed that, they pretend not to have seen anything. It's like playing hide and seek with a 5-year-old. One brief jaunt around the castle later, we come across our main mission man of the hour.
Perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring.
This guy, the dodgy uncle vibes.
But at least he knows what's good for him.
All this guy needs now is some solid moustache twiddling and a sack of throwable kittens.
As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me.
I can solve this. Getting the impression that this was the part where we're supposed to hide, I tried something pretty outlandish. Hey. Likely mistaking me for a talking coat rack, they walk by. Yeah, I'm gonna go into your room now, okay? Or I just give off ignorable side character energy. After some petty destruction of dodgy uncle's possessions to prove just how main character we really are, we find an emergency exit, followed by this guy's secret room, containing a secret letter. Leaving, it appears our allotted distraction timer is running out. Considering that they are literally right outside the door, it's clear to see where we're meant to go. Hey.
What are you doing in here?
This guard absolutely fucking destroys us. Feeling intimidated by this lad's raw energy, it's time we hightail it out of there. Oh no, don't do that. No, go this way. Go this way. Yeah, this will be fine. They literally watched me go behind this pillar and they're just like, huh?
Must have been the wind.
Given the proficiency of the local guards, I change my mind and start pilfering my way through the palace. It's in my vocation's nature after all. First stop, we bump into none other than... Hey, Sven's chambers. How's it going?
Hail! Friend, you've come at a good time. I was just hoping to speak with you.
You don't need to shout, I'm right next to you. He requests that we pass on a letter to a man at the masquerade by the name of Patrick. With a name like that, I trust him already. He gives us Patrick's description, but also a warning. Our favourite throne thief has a guest over that is to be avoided. The only intel we have is that they're from a neighbouring country, so I don't know how actionable this intel is without making ourselves look bad.
Mayhap 'twould be best to stay away from this figure.
Cheers, then. Second stop, the throne stealer's room. Unfortunately, she's not home right now, though this mannequin did make me double take. Third stop, a watchtower with a clearly not Dark Souls elevator, as I didn't see a single secret location to jump off. Unacceptable. We'll be fixing that as soon as we have the run of the place. Also, this thing, which allows us to see wakestone shards on the map. Next, a staircase, being fully aware of my biggest weakness, attempts to take my life. Ooh, was that a hole? I'm glad I jumped. Someone could have been seriously hurt by this, though more importantly, I could have been hurt by this. Believe you me, the second I learn who's in charge of health and safety around here, they're in deep, deep shit. Making a genuinely sneaky exit, for once, we meet up with Steve and the gang. A brief visit to the beggar's wife to see how she's getting on after that freak accident.
Albert set off to work the moment he saw them, and he's been working steadily ever since.
Apparently, they even employ corpses now. How glorious. We become self-employed as a tax collector in the Noble District.
This is generally used as a material.
This is a house, Steve. Our tax collections eventually bringing us to the home of... Hi.
You came, sir.
This one's pretty long, so here's the short version. Mum bedridden, sad when boy go, slums girl look like boy, acquire girl, girl become boy, boy become... Boy does not change. Girl boy stay, boy go, mum not sad, everybody wins. Got it? Good. Heading down into the slums to procure the gremlin, we have yet another side quest thrown our way. I'm starting to think we're the main character or something.
Yet ever since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
Ah, We're gonna have an evil doctor who's actually not a doctor and is just trying to kill people. No. Past me watches too many movies. It's a fetch quest to get ghost goo for medicine. Typical stuff. So, anyway, back to the gremlin acquisition.
How can I help?
Okay, so I need you to dress up as a noble and pretend to be a boy. Hey kiddo, I hope you don't mind, but we're just gonna take a detour through the morgue. I'll even point out the ones that I put there. This one here is Albert. This one is Ian. This one is Norbert. This one is Martin. We must have missed the others, but our time is important and we have places to be. Or at least Girl Boy does. Bringing Girl Boy to Boy Boy and Maid, they appraise her like a slab of meat without even saying hello, before turning her into he/her. Next we have to help Sebastian prepare for his journey. To Melve. Alone. Unescorted. Did I mention alone? Am I the only one who sees the problem here? Just hire a damned escort or take the ox cart. That thing has plenty of guards. Alright, listen up, boy. Looks like someone has to step up and be the reasonable adult around here. And thank your lucky stars, you little scamp, because today you've got me. Let's see. We need a curative for poison and drowsiness and a chunk of Cyclops as monster repellent. I have Cyclops stink up the inventory so they're back in storage. I hand Boy a decent curative while I head off to get the eye. Wait.
Now.
No.
I really must be going. Wish me luck.
Oh, he's dead.
Take care, young master.
Come back safe.
Oh, he won't.
Thank you for your aid in all of this.
Oh, no.
I shall see about procuring you a suitable reward.
Hey, Daphne, I think your position's about to become a little permanent. Anyway, it's finally party time. Regaled up the wazoo, I make my way to the masquerade, even going as far as to get into the spirit of things. Yes, what? Get out of my way, Kerr. Coming through. Hello.
You can't just wander in here.
What are you talking? Wait, I stored the mask. Walking into a masquerade without a mask is the ye-old equivalent of doxing yourself. Looking like an utter fool in front of my future subjects, we scurry away to rectify the problem.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you?
No. One mask acquired, and definitely remembering that it needs to be nighttime for the masquerade. I mean, imagine if I'd just waltzed back in and cluelessly wandered around for 5 minutes before realizing. Thankfully, this didn't happen to me, of course. Making our way into the party for the second time, we're met with an absolute slapper of a party. Not wanting to exhaust all my energy at once, I take a break and start looking for the individual described by Insider Gremlin Sven. A blue cape and a mask without a mane. That's our Patrick. A simple exchange and we're done. Next up, it's time to find that scumbag of a pretender so we can democratically remove his eyeballs. Luckily, the stink of treason is a pungent one, and being somewhat of an expert investigator, I'm on the trail. That and a guard walks straight out of a secret door in front of multiple party guests. But this is a minor detail. Heading through the hidden door, we almost fall for an exceptionally clever trap. Ooh! That's mean placement. How did they know my biggest weakness? Poor observation skills. Moving across the rampart, we find a classy establishment, though it seems that the guards are onto us. This is completely unrealistic as I've been out of their line of sight for more than 2 seconds. Luckily for us, we're given assistance by Madam Yennefer?
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina.
Leave this place.
Get told. After giving the guards a verbal beatdown, she directs our attention to a peephole behind a picture frame. I guess she likes to watch.
Come on then, keep pouring. I'm your damned king.
I beg your pardon? I think what he meant to say is he's a damned corpse. This wannabe douchebag of an arisen isn't even remotely qualified. How many royal executions has he even carried out?
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check.
Well, hang on a second. It looks like we're being presented with the perfect scenario. One false arisen, one mysterious valued guest, and Queen Disa appointment herself. Even better, they're completely unguarded. Not that that would have been much of an issue anyway. Our mysterious guest is then given one of the most comic book villain reveals I've ever heard.
Speak openly with one another, Lord Phases.
A pretty massive reveal indeed, is what I would say if I actually had any idea who that actually was. Madame Yennefer recommends that we leave before we're discovered.
If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls.
That said, there is time for a quick sales pitch. This place even has a loyalty card system. Oh hell yes, there's a platinum card. Though of course, His Royal Highness is platinum by default. Unfortunately for us, we're super worn out from the party. Thus, this door is frustratingly too much for us to handle. We temporarily withdraw to recover our strength. We swing by Boy's house to see how he's getting on. I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, sir,
young master has not returned.
Well, shit. Feeling vaguely, somewhat responsible, we abruptly end the video.